The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Monday, the 24th of November. We're looking at the VIX down $1.70 at 21.73, having made a peak E at 28.27 under the previous high. That was the regional bank high of the 17th of October, 28.99. Now, let me go through a couple of things. Let me put this chart up here because it's so important, but let me first of all change this to Dow, INDU, and then we can go through everything. We've got the Dow going from 48,431 on the 12th of November straight down to 45,728. I call that the internal low. And now let me show you this chart right here. And over the weekend, the little bit of news that I kept hearing I heard the word crash maybe 3-4 times, market crash. I said to myself, that is amazing. Well, these people who usually don't talk about the markets are talking so authoritatively about crashes coming. I found that was, I wouldn't say very bullish, but that was a really positive, how can I call it, a positive stance from the layman, which should be reflected in the stock market positively. That's just the way I look at it. So I'm not going to spend too much time. I've done that over the last couple of weeks, and I believe that this internal, every once in a while, we get a low that is an internal low, and we just take off from there. When I say once in a while, I'm scrolling to the left, and I'm going to show you that it is. There it is, internal low. That was an internal low. Every other one's had an internal low and then a residual low, either at, it's like earthquake, and then the aftershock is at, just below or above the previous low or high for the residual. And here we got an internal low. I didn't even put the date. The date should have been 8/6/24. So August the 6th of 2024, we make a low, 38,638, and then start to move higher. And this is going to be very interesting. Why? Because we start to move higher and we don't make an internal low. We just go straight up to an internal high and a residual high back on around about the 29th of August. Okay, now, done that. So just to show you my stance. And as a result, I'm quite positive. The Dow's lagging somewhat here, but look at this. Here's the Dow up 91 at 46,329. Here's the S&P, and that's after the low on Thursday. Here's the S&P. Oh, I did it again. Change charts. There you go. S&P right now. Look at that. That was the low on Friday. It made a lower low. It went down to now I can call it a potential trough D. Troughs on the downside, peaks on the upside, and that low was at right here, right there. That was the low at 6521.92. 6521. I'll put that in. 21. Okay. Now, why do I call it an internal low? Because within the context of the even the percentages, I mean, I sent to subscribers this morning, we've had huge moves down. I mean, we've had the semiconductors were down 15%. Stocks like, I think it was a Robin Hood, down 33%. Surely that's ready for a pretty decent rally, and I think it is. And in this particular context, I have to be aware that the 9-period moving average is way below the 14. To get that positive, you're going to have the most outstanding V-shaped turnaround to get to maybe 67.25 on the S&P for that pink 9-period moving average to actually turn green. The MACD histogram did start to turn up on Friday, and today it's a little bit better. That's the vertical lines. That's the distance between the two moving averages. And that is a positive. You made an on-balance volume low at exactly the low on Thursday. But then you went to a lower low on Friday. So I'm going to be watching that very closely. I'm a little concerned that the stochastic is only at 16%. It should have had a much better turnaround. The day's young, but I would have preferred if the stochastic was at 18%. Aha. Now where do we go? We're going to go straight to the QQQ, which is had a very strong early rally. Fabulous bounce off the trough E. Oops, maybe we don't know if it's a trough until the day is finished. I suspect it's going to be a trough in the 582-ish area. And now we've hit a high of 501.26, 601.26, and we're trading at 598.92, up 882. So that's good action. The weekly chart did take out the support level. I'm going to take it away now because it's not proving anything. I prefer, in this case, to use the moving averages. And we're testing for the second time in 2 weeks the 14-period exponential moving average, the black line in the weekly chart, and that is at 594.99. We're at the low was 595.16. We're at 598.76, up 868. That's a good sign. And let's go to the SMHs, semiconductors. Now, they could lag a little bit. And I usually like to say that where the semis go, the general market goes. The day's young. We're going to see if that's the case. But in the interim, you've gone from 372, the 372 area on the 29th of October to the 315.05 low that was made on Friday. Very nice rebound. But if you're looking at NVIDIA, I looked at this over the weekend very closely to say, is this going to lead us on the way up? And I don't think so. I think NVIDIA for now is kind of done. When I say done, I mean I don't see it rallying very, very much high. It had 196 round number high last week before it just tanked. I mean, all the way down to the 170. What's today's low? Friday's low was 170. I forgot to put that in. 170. There it is. 172.93. Let me just type that in there. 172.93. Edit. 2.93, and I'll make it light color because we have no idea if this is the low or not. I don't think it is. So it's going to be testing this area anyway. Okay. Now what we've got is I did the semiconductors. I want to go to the IWM. Now this is going to be a big deal. 237.84 up 220, and the iShares of the Russell 2000. If you look at the monthly chart, yes, that is a sharp pullback. The month is still young. We haven't finished the month so far. It's got a reddish Chapman wave Roman candle, and the weekly chart has gone for 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth week that it has traded underneath the 14-period moving average, and yet the 9-period moving average is still holding very well. But look at this turnaround in the daily chart. It did not make the 227 level, 200-period exponential moving average hit it to have a strong spring off that. But look at this. It went to 228.98 was the low on Thursday. Higher low Friday and a fabulous higher low today. I'm getting impressed because the TLT, that's the bonds, is rallying up. And that means the TBT yields are coming down. I'll be back in a moment. Dow is up 142. S&P is up 66. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. I just wanted to show you this because day's young, week is young. Let's just see this. Look, here's the E-mini. The E-mini had quite a tumble last night, well, certainly from the close on for Friday. And then it did a little kind of a U, this H pattern test successfully and ran up. And now it's walking the 9-period exponential moving average. The stochastic did rally, and then it pulled back sharp. It's only at 58. So this is a 58%. And that just says, is there a little shakiness now at the 10-20 time frame as some buyers and sellers come in, new people, new traders, new position players, fund managers? But I am saying that this is very unusual because if I call this a peak F, maybe this is a peak G, but I think it's the alternate count. I think it's an A, and that we should go to higher highs if there's a break of 66.96, and that has to be in the next hour. If we can get to 66.96 without taking out 66.60, then I think it's going to be a surprise. And of course, Tommy was talking about it in his show, Morning Market Kickoff, that you've got far fewer traders. Now, a lot of people take off the week. They get ready, they're driving, whatever it was, 88 million people on the road. You know, they keep talking about they interviewed people over the weekend about the higher rates, the higher costs because of tariffs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And yet the retail players are saying, hey, we think our stores are going to do very well. Macy's guy said he was looking forward to it. And people are spending more. Everything as they were saying these words, and the little bits that I kept hearing in the news, as they were saying it, the statistics behind them would say the exact opposite. So their bias in the media was to make it look like, oh, man, people are really struggling. The airlines said that they're going to probably have their best ever week. The retail sales say that it looks like this is going to be way better than people are thinking. And I'm just looking at this and I'm saying, I don't see this. I mean, you try to get to a restaurant, it's almost impossible to get booking these days. I absolutely know that people are hurting. It's very difficult for a lot of people, but there are people that are spending money out there. I mean, so I don't know. The market seems to be reflecting that things are not really as bad as everyone's talking about. Look at the semiconductors holding when NVIDIA, the boss, is, what is it doing now? It's down 52 cents. It's off 212 to 172. Was that about 13-15%? Hey, what's going on here? So I'm anticipating that this week is going to reflect that we're going to have some zigging and zagging, but at the same time, that internal low for me was so powerful when I was doing my analysis over the weekend. You've got, let me see what Ford's doing. Ford is holding well. It's up 11 cents, just a little bit off the 13 point, I think it was 91 or so, high that was made a few weeks ago. It did go down to the 1240s, and now it's trading at 1294. General Motors is holding not bad. It's up 74 cents at 71.08. I mean, come on, General Motors. Surely, if everything's so bad, General Motors should be down in the 50s, so maybe in the low 60s. I don't know. Something's a little fishy here. General Electric did take a beating. General Electric was doing great. It did a double top of 316.53 and then 316.57, 67 a week later, and then it came tumbling down from the double top and went to 284.04 on Friday, and it's only up $2 right now, 289. It's struggling. So this is definitely a mixed market, but I'm really more sanguine than I am negation. What's the opposite of sanguine? Worried. Okay, so we're looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is trading. Woohoo! It's up for a change. 1,510 at 86,110. I think this is still a problem. You got the 796.30 thousand low. Let me just give you this again. 79,630 low that was made back in April, the week of the 11th. I think it was the 7th was the low. And what was the low on Friday? The low on Friday was 81, was it? 80.750, 80,750, 80,750. All right, I usually don't put in the commas. I don't know why I did it there. 87. All right, so what we're looking at is, yes, it's right on the border. Look at this uptrend line. It's called the Chapman Inside Track Propellant Zone in the monthly chart. The parallel, the horizontal line tests with very, very negative technicals. So I think Bitcoin is still in trouble. Oh, I was asked about ETH. ETH had the same chart. I haven't completed my notation of that, but it's up 89 cents today, 26.70. It's a flat stochastic at 80%. If there was a bounce in the stochastic and a bounce in the unbalanced volume, I'd say, wow, you could have a quick run to the 29.61 14-period exponential moving average, trading at 26.67 right now. But I actually think this is kind of stuck. It really is. I don't see anything. It could turn around later in the week, but no. So, and the other thing I was looking at over the weekend is amazing. These biotechs, look at this, the IBB, all-time high as we speak. All-time high? No. A nice multi-year recovery. All-time high was 177.37. IBB is the NASDAQ Biotech ETF. Fabulous leg A, very strong. And what are we looking at? We're looking at a leg D in the weekly chart. Let's look at the is that XLB? Oh, XLB, is that? No. XLB is the minerals. I was getting something wrong there. XBH. I'm not going to guess. For the moment, I've just forgotten about the S&P biotechs. So anyway, this is XLB is the materials. Look at this, just bouncing along the bottom. Oh, struggling. Yeah, so what a mixed market this is. Now, a couple of things I wanted to get to. I wanted to show you that the dollar, I can see there are a number of questions coming up. I'll get to them in a moment. Let me just finish this. The dollar is trading at 100.18, down a penny, or down a tick, I should say. I'm calling this an E. It could be a start of a new move to the upside. I'm just calling it an E. But what's fascinating is by 1 penny, I believe we made a leg D in the weekly chart. That is within the rectangle. So it has started to climb above the arch that was the most important arch top. That was the top in the weekly chart of the dollar of 100.26. This is the index, dollar index, back in August the 1st. It's gone above it a couple of times. I want to see what happens here. To me, if the dollar is able to get to 101.10, 101.10, then we could start to see the 200-period moving average of 101.56 tested. I think it's going to struggle a little bit. Let me just finish this up. Gold is trading right now up 7, just stuck in a range. The GDX stuck in a range. GDX, actually, I shouldn't say that. The GDX trading at up 234 at 75.97 is in a range, but it's not a narrow range that gold seems to be in. For some reason, the miners, this is a pretty decent move. Look, 3.2% today. So the candles on the gold, the GDX, are really quite strong, and it's saying to me that if there is strength in gold, the GDX, they can close above 78.20. I think that'll be very impressive to say that's a cup formation and we can go higher. Meantime, it's just stuck in a range. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. A lot of questions coming in. I'll deal with them as soon as we return. See you in a moment.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day, Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
So it was XPI. Thanks, Dan. This is the SPIDER, the SPIDER S&P Biotech Fund. And now this is interesting. Look at this. The all-time high was up in the 170s. What exactly? I usually type that in. I didn't. 174.79 February of 2021. 174.79 was that, did I say February or March? Gee, can't talk and chew gum at the same time, huh, mister? 2021. Okay, so it comes down very sharply. It got to a low, so that was, Feb. So it goes to a low back in, I think, May. May of 2022 at 61.78. And then it has a pretty decent rally. So it's now not even at about halfway mark, 61. I can't remember. I was talking about 78 last, but and this is a brand new. I have to call this a leg A. It could be an F/A, but this is really very strong. Stochastics at 81%. So let me just say that this rotation has been very, very interesting. Oh, who mentioned it? Someone mentioned the healthcare. Oh, was it in the den or was it in the thing? And I was looking at different. Oh, can I remember it now? THC? No, it can't be THC. What is THC? No, it wasn't THC. THC is something else. Oh, yeah, it is. Tenet Healthcare. Look at that big move up today. Wow, 17 points, 18 points at 209. Up 9%. That is really good. So let me just put THC in my notebook here. THC, I'll get back to that. But I was looking at, there was an index, and why didn't I write it down? I did. No, I didn't. I put healthcare, but I forgot to put down the symbol that I was looking at. That's dumb. All right, I'll find it. But doing so well, very, very well. So there's a rotation going on, and someone asked me the other day, as we were chatting, he said, why do you see a crash? Everyone's talking about a crash. I said, do you see a crash? I see a rotational correction. And if you look at something like a Robinhood, which kind of, for me, is like a little emblematic symbol of the gold stocks, the Bitcoin type stocks, but it also is the trading attitude that I'm picking up in Robinhood. It's gone from 153.86 back in the beginning of October to Friday's low of 102.10. Now, we've been long since the 16th. We've actually added to that position. But that is like a 33% decline. The general market is down, depends which markets you're looking at, 8%, less than that, maybe even 15% if you go to the semis. And this thing gets clobbered. I don't know. To me, there's. Someone asked me this morning. So you've raised cash? Are you putting it to work? And the answer is absolutely. We're putting it to work this morning. We got a few positions, and I'm sorry. I like what I'm seeing here. I want to be as objective as possible. And all I can say is there's a rotation going on. And some of the real big winners, and let's look at Palantir. Question about Palantir. The Palantir is trading right now up $6, $6.24 at 161. This thing got smacked from 222 down to 147, was it? 147.56. 147.56. 147.56. So that is a huge, I mean, to put it into the terms that for the people who were in it, they were basically in a bear market. I mean, just have a look at that weekly chart. Goes to a peak D, during the rectangle. It went under the rectangle. It did drop very sharply. But the interesting thing is that the 9-period moving average is still actually quite strong. So let me just show you something here. We're going from round number 222 overnight. It wasn't the print. The print was much lower than that. That was way back on the beginning of November. What did I say? We made a low of 147. 147. And that just turns out to be the same as Robinhood, a 33% decline. I would just say to you, that is overdone. And if it's just a bounce, just to get to the 9-period pink, 166.73 9-period moving average, that's only another 5 points or so. That MACD is going to take a long time to turn around unless there's a V-shaped recovery. And by about a week from today, let's make it a week and a half with the holidays, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Let's say by next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, if Palantir is above 174.57, that is a fantastic recovery. And I suspect that because of the oversold condition and that right now in this quiet time, there are a lot of fund managers, the big money, but there are also a lot of small ones who really, if the retail players come in heavily, and let's just see what the volume is. Look, the volume down on Friday was 71.3 million, and so far today we're at 14. Well, I don't think we can match that today because it's a very quiet week, but that is a fabulous candle, just as candles go. But it is an ugly pullback, and it says it's going to take a little time for that 9-period moving average. You'd have to see 177, 180 before that pink 9-period moving average even gets close to turning green. So I just wanted to put things in perspective that I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. We've raised cash. And at the same time, while I'm waiting, we've started to put money to work. And if you're interested in my newsletter, The Opening Call, and you just had a couple of questions, send the questions to me at Basil Chapman at TFNN.com, and I will gladly reply. And let me just see. I got a little note to say that that particular, am I right? That there was something. Am I getting any messages today? Yes, I am. Okay, I just wanted to see if it was working. There was something that said maybe over the weekend there was some blockage or something, as if it was plumbing. All right, we're good. So now let me do this. Questions came in. So the question came in. Where was it? Okay, anything great, render movers and creative. Thanks. Have a great one. Okay. There we are. So could I look at VRCA. Now, why is that familiar? VRCA. Oh, and there's the break. And I do not have any notation here. This is Verica Pharmaceutical. No, I do not know this one at all. Verica Pharmaceuticals, trade A, B, C, D, E. Leg E, hit 507 today, pull back a little bit, sub 62. Interesting. I'll be back in a moment. We'll be looking at Verica.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So let me just show you something here. In the Chapman Wave methodology, there's never an H. So this G/A just got negated, and it has to be an A, and this has to be a B in the 10-minute chart. I'm watching. This is the E-mini. This is the S&P E-mini, and uppercase on the way up. And in the 5-minute chart, this is an A, this is G/B, but the stochastic at 95% says that it's hardly likely to be a G in this particular point. I think it's a B. And the daily just made a leg D, so you could pull back just a tad, but it's still fabulous action, right? So the reason why I wanted to go long, and the question came up in the interim, on Thursday, you were talking about the Chapman Wave Dark News cloud cover. What has changed? What has changed? There was a discussion at some point that Trump was going to, it had to do with NVIDIA, but it turned out that, should I do this? I'll do this. Just years ago, am I talking 20 years ago? I don't even remember where it was. I remember seeing Trump one morning being interviewed. It was like the mid-session, and I hardly ever looked at CNBC mid-session. I suppose sometimes I look in the morning, I look at after the bell, but never in the day. I just happened to tune it in, and there was Trump and Becky Quick, who's been there just forever, with Kernan. She spoke to him and said, Kernan said, wait, you never get into stocks. You're only in real estate, right? And Trump said, yeah, I really don't know much about stocks at all, but everybody says, look, stocks are looking great. And so I did a little buying. And that's been his, I think, modus operandi even till today. But he knows, he's learned that if he says certain things, they are triggers for the market. And I think that's what we're looking at. That's the reason why these pullbacks are really quite short, because there's always some news to eradicate, or maybe not eliminate, but really to modify and acquiesce towards the bull side. So that's really what I'm looking at. So VRCA, which is Verica Pharmaceuticals, leg E in the daily chart, only a leg A in the weekly chart, and the monthly look, both the weekly and the daily look, the weekly and the monthly look absolutely horrendous. I mean, if you wanted to show someone a chart of mistakes that must have been made by this company, this is absolutely it. But then we suddenly get in the den, we get, oops, where did it go? We get Dan saying, did I lose it? Oh, there it is. That's not a glamorous biotech. They deal in wart treatments, but VRCA chart is looking good in my opinion. Daily instant restart, XBI. Oh, yes, he's the one that told me about the XBI. Yeah, now, when it's this wide, now the rule of thumb is when you get to that fourth highest peak D, if within 3 bars, there's a higher high, treat it as an E, and in your mind, back in mind, you think A as an alternate count. So it's got a parallel count, meaning it could go with an instant restart even to another 4 peaks higher. So I always put it in. But when it's this wide, I tend to say, especially biotech, I'm just going to treat it as a piece of information. And there's a chance that it goes to maybe an F or even just the E, an F, and then it pulls back and does some digesting. That's all I say. I don't negate it. I just modify the thinking. That's all. Now, what would I be looking at on the left side? On the left side, we have a high that we've taken all the highs of in this channel, all the previous highs, except we're testing the high of the 15th of September, which had a high of 523, and today's high is 507. So what do? I draw in like this. I go to that bar. I draw in. I try to find the most obvious candle that I can find. And if it's not a peak or a trough, I find a doji candle. Very often I have to try to find the smallest doji candle. And then I type in mirror image, so new parallel. That's the green line there. And it takes you to the 26th of November as the chance to to have a move to the 523 level. I like to go one step at a time. I can see other things, but if you don't do the first step, no use talking about the second step. There's the Chapman wave inside wedge, target repellent line, dashed green. You don't have to use all these colors. I've always done this because it's easier for subscribers to see, or people here on the Tiger YouTube. I usually like to find the plumb line, the low, but for the number of bars on the left to equal the number of bars to get back there on the right. This is a different case. It's lopsided. It's like a gravy cup. Oh, Thanksgiving gravy, mashed potato. Okay, so what we're looking at, roast potato. What we're looking at here is a move to the right, very sharp, but you've got the stochastic only at 72%, not 80% or higher. So I'm watching it closely, but the on-balance volume has moved up. The MACD is very strong. The relative strength has moved very nicely, and the weekly chart is kind of flat. The weekly chart has a lot of work to do. So my target would be, how does it handle on a closing basis 2 out of 3 sessions if it can above 523? If it can hold for 2 out of 3 sessions above that, then I can look at the next peak, which is the peak of the 24th of September of 539. Now, you're looking at a much bigger picture. If you're looking at the bigger picture and it's a biotech and it's coming out with either FDA approval or a level, whatever the next level of approval is, that's something. But as a chart, just looking at the chart, all I can say is that if in the next, today's Monday, if by Wednesday at 2 o'clock or Friday, well, I think we close Friday. We might be, I don't think I'm going to be here Friday. I will do my newsletter. If at any point it closes under today's low, 440, it's just stuck, and it's going to be stuck until the next news. So this has to move quite quickly to break higher. But I do look at the weekly chart, and I say if the weekly chart at any point actually it can't just pop and drop. That's what biotechs tend to do. If it can hold in the 620s, that's a lot further than it is now. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to say in the 585 to 620 area. Then you're going to get that weekly chart to really improve. But until then, it's just stuck. Next question came in. Could I look at, where was it? AVGO. So that's Broadcom. Look at this, AVGO. And this is what I'm saying about the rotational nature of this market. You've got individual stocks. You don't need NVIDIA anymore. You just need these Broadcoms. Look at that. That's a beautiful candle. I think it goes to a leg C. Well, first of all, it will go to a leg C, 1 penny above 376.68. But that's 376.08. So 376.09 starts your leg C, and immediately you can look to the left side of 386.48 as a target. Wow, that was a quick. I've just got one little segment left. What do we want to look at here? We want to look at question came in. VRCA's commercial licensed partner pays them meaningful royalties. Market cap doesn't reflect them, and they're rolling those into new development programs today. A pipe offering improved their balance sheet greatly. Oh, that's.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So I say whenever I get these instant restarts that go to a G/C, let's look at them and see if they get to a D. Here's one, Axums Therapeutics Inc., Alzheimer's, a variety of different products they're working on. I believe they are very successful. They're at all-time highs as I'm talking to you right now. Yes, your G/C, and it went to a D after very big. Remember just a moment ago I was saying I watched this very closely when you make a very wide Chapman Wave instant restart. Well, this did go to the D, and you'll see if that can still keep going high, but it's a doji candle today. This is Axum. So the question came in, could I look at CTAS? Remember, there's a bunch. I'll do them tomorrow. In fact, I'll take a little time tomorrow and I'll explain. The reason why I'm saying I think there's a rotational market is that you've got stocks like Cintas Corp. This is uniforms rentals. It's going from in a rectangle formation from the 229 level down to 180. It's trading today at 182. It's got the almost dreaded H pattern. So this is really important. If you've got URI, URI, Look at that, same thing, very sharp decline. So it's very specific. And that's why I think that the Fed is going to look at this and say, I don't think we have much choice. We're going to have to talk at least about a lower rates, because this is the stuff that they would be looking at. All right, Uri is United Rentals. So I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Should be a great show as always with Steve. I am also going to say, if you are interested in my newsletter, as I say, we got new positions today. A couple of them have actually done very nicely so far this morning. Hey, the day's young. But in the meantime, we are putting money to work. That's why we were raising cash. We still got core positions way, way lower down. Those are positions we also want to add to. We're doing that. And if you're interested, just email me at basilchapman@tfnn.com, and I will reply. If you want to know what's going on, or maybe I'll even send you a newsletter, just as an example. So have a wonderful rest of the day. Day is young. Anything can happen. Dow's up 251. If the Dow actually is after 2 o'clock, I'd say 1:30 to 2, is now only up 80. I think you're starting to get a little bit of a correction. But meantime, this is a nice rebound from the Thursday low, which I call an internal low. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.